you're good. You're good. You're good. Oh my God!
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy.
What do you mean, dude? It's literally flooded. What do you mean? It's flooding?
The earth beneath us hides more than rock and silence. Spaces untouched by light, places where sound dies, and every breath echoes back at you. For some, it's an adventure. For others, it's the last place they'll ever see. Tonight, we'll be taking a look at 6 of the most disturbing caving experiences caught on camera. Real footage of explorers barely making it out. On September 14th, 2023, Edward and James, better known as the Action Adventure Twins, uploaded a video of what was meant to be a light-hearted summer exploration. This time, they were joined by a group from the channel, Fun Finding 4-2. The plan was simple: float down a river cave on pool inflatables and document the experience. Edward in charge of filming with their GoPro. But what started as a playful challenge quickly turned into a fight to make it back out alive. It begins innocently enough: laughter, clear water, and the cold echo of a subterranean stream.
Check it out, guys. We're at this crazy river cave, and we all got some pool floats. We're about to go float down this tunnel, see what's inside. Oh boy. That water is really cold, actually. Hey, this is nice, actually. This is very nice.
They drift through the first chamber, joking as they move deeper into the cave's narrow throat. The walls glisten in the beam of their headlamps, smooth and symmetrical, carved by years of water wearing down stone and layered concretions.
Yeah, perfectly circular.
Well, the cool part about this cave is the ceiling.
Oh? Like these things?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Oh.
For the next several minutes, the footage stays calm. A steady rhythm of climbing, sliding, and exploring new passages.
A slide of death?
Yeah, look at this thing. It
Oh.
very well could be, but we don't try.
Nice. I thought you were meaning to go down the whole thing.
I wanted to, but it stopped me.
That takes commitment to go down the whole thing. That's the famous climb, huh?
Huh?
That's the famous climb, huh?
But the deeper they go, the less light there is, and the more fragile the rocks become. You can see small pieces crumble under their hands, sandstone giving way like packed sand.
See if it breaks.
Let me see if this one breaks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't step on that one, because it's not.
Wait, this literally is sandstone.
I just told you that. You don't listen.
I figured that out for myself. Alright, I'm going back now.
They continue forward, having to trust old ropes and slick surfaces that look anything but stable.
Oh, hey, what's this rope that goes up?
Oh, hey, that's the formation room, I think.
Oh, is it? That's a very chintzy rope.
I don't know, but if it was, it would be pretty cool, wouldn't it be?
Yeah,
If it was a formation room?
sure would be.
What?
Is this sandstone as well?
This is also sand, so. Can you get up there, you think? Until Edmund gets up there.
Yeah, this is like a one at a time rope here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I made it.
That's cool, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
See it from down here.
Heck yeah.
Each section gets steeper, darker, harder to navigate through. Their headlamps catch fine mist hanging in the air, moisture from the underground stream that's still flowing somewhere ahead. Then, the first sign of trouble. The cave begins to tighten, forcing one of them into a narrow crawl barely wide enough for his shoulders.
Shit, should have gone down head first. It looks like I moved one rock.
Yeah, there's like a little tiny pile, and then it looks like...
There it goes.
No way to spin around either, is there?
No.
You're committed.
I'm committed to how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can fit.
You're going backwards?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already spun around this way. Oh, yeah.
The camera light flickers against the rock as he wriggles forward, chest pressed to the ground, unable to turn back. When he finally breaks through, it only leads to a familiar chamber, a dead loop. They've been here before.
It just goes into the vortex room. Hey, now we know why nobody dug that out, you know. Now it turns into a breakdown pile. All right, we head back out of the cave.
They start their return trip, unaware that outside, the weather has changed. By the time they reach the main passage, the air feels heavier, colder, their lights dim, batteries dying. At first, it seems like nothing more than fatigue, until the sound of the stream shifts. It's louder now, faster, a low roar echoing through the tunnel.
I said my lights are dying. This is the passage we went through? What the heck?
Moments later, the realization hits for Edward. The cave is flooding.
What do you mean, dude?
It's literally flooded.
What do you mean? It's flooding?
It's almost to the ceiling. Can you hear the echo?
Yeah, I think so.
The others had gone before him and told him that water levels rise with alarming speed, swallowing the route they had just walked minutes before. The footage shakes as he scrambles through the rising current, trying to keep their gear above the surface. A GoPro floods, a headlamp shorts out, and darkness creeps in from every side. Finally, the exit, a narrow slit of daylight cutting through the rock. Edward and the rest of the group managed to get out in time, soaked, exhausted, and with cameras dripping and half broken.
All right, guys, we made it out of the cave. The GoPro and one of my headlights filled up with water, so they're broken. And I don't know if we're gonna be back to this cave again. Maybe when, you know, it hasn't been raining.
The surface looks the same as when they entered. Calm night, quiet forest. But inside the cave, the water continues to rise, filling the tunnels they just escaped. The twins later learned that a flash storm upstream had triggered the flood. If they'd stayed just a few minutes longer, the entrance would have been completely submerged. On January 15th, 2022, caver and YouTuber Calvin Sanders, better known as Caveman Hikes, uploaded a video documenting what would become one of the most claustrophobic experiences of his career. Joined by 3 fellow explorers, Calvin set out to map a newly discovered lava tube, a sprawling system of basalt tunnels known for its beauty and for its unforgiving entrance. The plan was simple: survey the system, document the formations, and record the data needed to build a complete map. But first, they would have to make it inside, and that was far easier said than done. It begins right at the threshold. Another crew member, Gary, crawls headfirst into the narrow entrance, breathing out to make himself smaller as the rock presses in on all sides.
Nice and high. Easy money. That's quite an angle. Goodbye, Gary Brick Road. He does not love that at all.
I didn't think I was gonna make it in a second. Took all concentration.
You have to concentrate, he was saying. That's true, you have to concentrate a lot.
One by one, the rest of the crew follows. They lay down plastic sheets and scraps of cardboard to soften the rock, sliding inch by inch through the dark basalt throat. The passage is jagged, making their faces and chins vulnerable to sharp rocks.
These sliders are great. Yeah, we could probably bring a sheet through here and just leave it, because this makes this so much easier.
Arms pinned to their sides, helmets grinding against the ceiling. There's no room to hesitate. To move at all, they have to chip away small knuckles of stone, the only way to squeeze through. For the untrained, it would already be over. Then comes the second squeeze, longer, narrower, and angled upward. It's the kind of space that doesn't forgive mistakes. One caver wedges halfway through and can't move another inch.
Oh, sir. What? Come help me.
Okay, we're coming.
For several long seconds, nothing happens. The camera light trembles. Then Calvin crawls into position, grabs his partner's ankles, and pulls until the cave finally lets go.
I'm gonna keep a hold of this one. That is long and narrow. You're free here.
But the relief is temporary. They know they'll have to go through it again. After widening the passage slightly, they try again. Another team member, Arlen, inches through, sliding on his stomach, sandstone scraping along his ribs.
Is that scraping a lot?
Yeah, I mean, but it's easier to get through now. You just got to move slow and then kind of wiggle your shoulders so that they come unstuck from the ceiling.
Then goes Calvin.
Yeah, it's already tight for me.
I mean, I had the it's like in and it's dry.
Where does it get tight at?
A little further. Right.
Okay. Can Gary get through this? Yes, but at what cost?
And lastly, the camera points at Gary, trying his best to fit through the narrow passages.
Brought cardboard in. Would be, oh man. Pretty much.
I'm gonna have some nightmares about this one.
Gary, you are the nightmare.
The footage shows how tight it really is. No way to lift your head, no space to turn around. It's just forward motion and patience. When they finally emerge into a larger chamber, it feels like surfacing from underwater. Inside, the cave opens up into a world few have ever seen: towering chambers, twisting passages, and even strange lava candle formations glimmering in the beam of their headlamps. They pause for a regroup, to map, to measure, to breathe. For a few moments, the tension fades, but curiosity leads them deeper still. Calvin finds what looks like a new passage, a narrow crack that might loop back toward the entrance. It's a gamble, but he takes it. He pulls his shirt high to protect his skin and slides headfirst into the seam.
I'm trying to get further, so I have my rock chisel and a few items, but my clothes are going to get shredded here. Let me set this down quietly. So what I like to do is I can pull my shirt up way high like this, and then I drag myself into the shirt. So that is a way that I like to drag myself through these caves. Visually, it looks like I can get through, but you know, I don't know for sure until I stick myself in the passage.
It goes, a thin crawl that reconnects to the front of the system. But the real challenge is still waiting. Both entrance squeezes have to be crossed again to reach daylight.
Okay, so it turns out, you know, I was just guessing at what was happening. This is the beginning of the cave, so we found a way where it loops around and reconnects. So if we can fit through this, we can actually get out at this portion of the cave.
The return is grueling. Each movement is deliberate, every breath calculated. The first squeeze demands precision, keeping the chest high, resisting the pull of gravity that threatens to wedge them in place.
I didn't have cracked ribs, it might be easier.
Oh, that's right. How's your face?
Jaw's still broken.
Yeah. Is it just healing?
Yeah, it takes about 6 months. 6 months?
But they didn't have to wire it shut at least.
Arlen recently had a biking accident, resulting in cracked ribs and jaw. For this reason, he's only taken a light caving day.
The second is worse, a slanted throat that forces a slow, painstaking crawl, while the others pass cardboard sheets forward to help.
Are you trying to collect your cardboard as you go?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here facing this way too, so if you slide out, I can just collect it up, hand it up.
Finally, the light. Calvin emerges torn and dripping, his shirt shredded to ribbons, his arms streaked with dust and sweat. Around him, his friends climb out one by one, exhausted and silent.
Now I'm tired.
It's not comprehending. You look like Swiss cheese.
Thank you.
Okay, what'd you find? Whoa, what happened to you? You're dripping sweat off your nose and you're all tore up.
Luckily, the whole mapper group made it out alive with just a few bruises. On November 3rd, 2023, Alex Cantrell, another caver and YouTuber known for his channel Cantrell Caving, dedicated to venturing into the underground world, set out to explore a partially flooded cave system located on private ranch land, joined by fellow cavers, including the action-adventure twins. Their original plan was to document and map a section of the system that had been explored decades earlier, but never fully filmed. It starts with laughter and gear checks at the entrance, wetsuits, headlamps, and an oxygen meter reading normal levels.
Exploring more of the ranch. We got this cave right here. He's got us out here. We're about to go explore it for him. Get the rest of us. We're wetsuiting up. Let's get into it.
Look at this. We got an oxygen meter now, so people won't be mad at me. So what all does that show? Carbon monoxide?
Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, and low oxygen.
Cool.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So
We've got the action adventure twins here helping us out.
Despite the water being frigid and the light dim, the team wades in.
That water is cold.
All right, guys, we have made it out. I record, right?
yeah.
Beneath the calm, the cave descends sharply, making it hard for Alex to visually comprehend how far along his team is. The first section is easily manageable for trained cavers like these guys. The tunnel opens just enough to allow slow progress.
Dude, this is awesome.
I told you this is way better than the other one.
This is way better. Ouch. Yes, significantly better.
At this point, the mood is playful. Jokes and laughter echo against the low ceiling as they swim deeper inside, but the further they go, the darker the tone becomes.
Guys, this was a lot lower than I thought.
Oh my gosh, that looks not fun.
Yes, but the rope keeps going. I didn't go back here.
Are you sure this is the way? It doesn't even look like you can go underwater. It's wide enough.
I mean, if there's a rope going in there,
This is the way.
that's the way. No, that's what the map shows, and there's a rope going in there.
This is where we're at right now.
Yeah, this is intense.
I love that they're saying this is intense.
Yeah.
That makes me
heard
feel,
that yet.
That makes me feel good because I was scared in here, and I'm like, what if these things just come in and they're like, oh, this is a piece of cake. Let's climb it.
Yeah. No, this is a little rough.
Yeah.
The tunnel narrows into a partially submerged passage, a low crawl filled entirely with water. A thin rope leads in, marking the only known route forward. The air feels heavier now, and the water almost clings to their helmets as they submerge one by one, relying on that rope to find the way through. What waits beyond is unlike anything they expected. The passage opens briefly, revealing jagged walls and pockets of air just big enough to catch a breath before the next dive.
Snorkel would be nice right about now.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
Their voices sound more strained now, their movements slower. Even the oxygen meter, soaked and unreliable, really offers no comfort. Then it happens. As one diver tries to push farther through the flooded crawl, his visibility drops to nothing. Water churns, lights flicker, and in an instant, panic takes over.
Oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
I can just barely hear right here.
So loud.
The echo.
This is the waiting area.
I'm glad I didn't go in there and wait.
Are you going, Jacob?
Oh, he just bailed. Stop.
You're good. Oh my God! I'm coming out.
All right, we'll back it out.
Back it out. Come on out. Holy crap! You okay? Man, you look like the sharpest guy. You like shoved me over.
There's shouting, confusion, a surge of bubbles and movement. Alex's camera jerks violently as he slams his head into the ceiling, scraping rock and dislodging silt. When they resurface, it's chaos. Muffled voices, a desperate gasp for air, and blood trickling down Alex's forehead. Alex stumbles backward, dazed but conscious. His light is gone, his headlamp cracked, water running down his face. No one speaks for a moment, only the dripping of cold water breaking the silence.
Not bad.
Yeah, I got slammed into the rock.
Yeah, no, he hit you.
Yo, Alex, you good?
Oh, you hit your head back.
Oh, dude, you're rough.
Yeah, let's
You can hear him? You okay?
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good, you're good.
Yeah, walk some of that off. You literally have.
Just breathe, man. It's all you can do.
Let me see. Yeah, man, you busted it. You busted it bad. Y'all busted.
Once they all regroup near the entrance pool, the story begins to spill out. The diver ahead had surfaced into a tiny air pocket, accidentally kicking backward and forcing Alex under. Trapped between rock and water, he'd inhaled a mouthful before finding space to breathe again.
Alex, I'm so sorry, dude.
You're good, you're good.
I went under and then I came up because there was like a little bubble of air and I inhaled a huge gulp of water. And I came back down trying to come back out and I couldn't find air.
And then
I guess I smacked into you.
Yeah, no, dude. You shoved me underneath the water.
He was upside down.
In the corner.
I'm so sorry.
He was upside down, kicked with both his legs, went straight into him, so he smashed, and I just see waves going everywhere.
I just held my breath and I was like, I'm fine. Let him run it out.
It sounded like you were drowning.
The relief in their voices says everything. They know how close that was. When they finally emerge back into daylight, soaked and shivering, the mood has changed completely. The cave that started as a challenge to explore farther had turned on them in a matter of seconds. For both the diver ahead Alex, and the rest of the crew, this was a reminder that water caves demand absolute respect. On December 3rd, 2019, a video was uploaded to a small YouTube channel called Devil's Fish 303. The footage shows Chris suffering a sudden panic attack underwater while exploring Ginny Springs in Florida, a site known for its depths of over 60 feet and its maze of narrow, twisting tunnels. The video starts out like any other diving clip, calm and uneventful. But soon Max, the cave instructor, notices that Chris looks distressed and uncomfortable. As Chris later explained in a follow-up video, one of the straps on his diving mask had come loose, causing it to continuously fill with water. Eventually, it reached a point where he couldn't clear it anymore. Then, in an instant, everything went black. Chris couldn't see anything. The water rushed in, and it felt like he was drowning. Seconds later, just as it looks like he's about to hit the cave floor, Chris removes his mask, leaving himself completely blind. Soon, he begins to lose his breath. With every passing second, it feels as though his life is slipping away. But what truly drives him to the edge is the realization that he can't escape on his own. The cave above is almost entirely sealed, with only a small hole letting in a faint glimpse of light. His only hope of escape. In the final critical seconds, Max grabbed Chris, one hand on his regulator, the other on the back of his vest, desperately pulling him out. With every ounce of strength, Max pulled until at last they broke through to the surface. Chris later explained that he only remembers brief glimpses, climbing onto the rocks to try to help Max, and opening his eyes every second or two to see how close he was to the surface. It felt so close, yet still impossibly far away. Now, almost any other diver would have probably stayed away from diving for good, but not Chris. After some time reflecting on the experience, Chris said to Max, "Take me back down to the same spot." Max didn't take him seriously and just called him crazy, but he wasn't. Chris knew what went wrong, and he knew how to fix the trauma. Chris wrote in his follow-up video, "When you make a mistake and you bury it, it will never be solved and it will always haunt you and make you feel guilty. The way to free yourself is to go through it." I showed him that I can clear my mask and we went back down to the same spot. Although it was still scary, it was the best feeling in the world, reliving and turning a very negative experience into a positive one. Thus, Chris overcame his fear before it had even taken hold, saving himself countless hours of wondering what could have been or what might have happened that day. Now he can be proud of how he turned this moment into a defining point in his diving career, choosing to keep going instead of giving up. On December 1st, 2016, Frank uploaded a particularly eerie video to his YouTube channel, exploring abandoned mines and unusual places, a video that would later become his most viewed ever. Frank is known for exploring caves, mines, ghost towns, and forgotten places across the country. But in this video, he was deep inside the abandoned Waldeck gold mine, when something eerie appeared in the distance. The video begins like any ordinary winter exploration. Heavy rain hits the ground as Frank drives through the mountains. The mine is located deep within a canyon, meaning Frank has to hike the last few miles on foot. Despite the weather, he doesn't seem bothered. He's excited to get inside and start exploring.
Anyway, you come down this little incline path, and then big boulders here you have to climb over, and then the tunnel's right behind me this way. So let's check it out.
With excitement in his voice, Frank reaches the entrance and makes his way inside the old gold mine. But what Frank doesn't know is that something far more disturbing is lurking in there with him. As he ventures deeper into the mine, a growing tension begins to creep over him. Strange faint sounds echo from somewhere in the darkness. And before long, those sounds are loud enough to be picked up clearly on the camera's microphone.
All of this rock, you can see right here where some of these boards are bending. Do you hear that? Sounds like, what, is that wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera.
What he heard sounded like distant whispers echoing through the cave's empty passages, and it immediately unnerved him. Trying to stay calm, he told himself it was just the wind rushing through the tunnels, but soon enough, he would feel something else entirely.
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. That was weird.
Just seconds after the first sound fades, another noise echoes through the mine, this time much louder. At that point, Frank makes the only reasonable decision. Terrified of what could be in there with him, he turns around and begins heading back toward the entrance.
I think I keep hearing something. That was strange. I hear the air blowing here. Wow.
Fortunately, Frank makes it out of the mine alive, but to this day, viewers in the comments are still debating what he actually heard down there. Some viewers believe it was another person hiding deep inside the tunnels. Others swear it sounded inhuman, something closer to a demon. However, perhaps the most disturbing part of this video is the simple fact that we'll probably never know what, or who, was inside that mine with Frank. 7 years have passed since the video was uploaded, and still no real answer has ever been uncovered. For the last video, we'll be taking a look at the self-titled YouTube channel Robbie Phillips, a channel that, unfortunately, hasn't been uploading videos in about 8 months. However, it follows Robbie, a former pro rock climber, as he shared his incredible adventures from Yosemite to Pakistan. This time, however, he's back in his home country, the United Kingdom, exploring a cave with a dark history, the Mossdale Cavern, one that includes a tragic accident with 6 casualties. Yet, instead of being frightened, Robbie found himself more intrigued than afraid. Curious and determined, Robbie makes his way down a narrow passage. One of the only accessible routes at the time, heavy water flow had made the surrounding cave system extremely dangerous to navigate, as at any moment, a diver could find themselves trapped between 2 completely submerged sections of the cave.
All the way down. It's actually kind of a bit like climbing, like back stepping up a chimney or down a chimney. So many creeps. Oh, they're beautiful. Those edges. ground. It'd be amazing to find them.
As the duo begins their ascent, it doesn't take long before water becomes a major problem. Robbie mentions several times how soaked he's getting, and it's clear from the footage that the cave's water is flowing high. As they keep pushing deeper into the cave, the space around them grows tighter and tighter. Eventually, the duo is forced to crawl through cold water and thick mud, again and again. Still, the thought of reaching the spot where the bodies of the former explorers were found keeps driving Robbie forward. After a while, they finally reach Bruno Kransky's rising sump, a small chamber, yet just big enough for the two men to stand up and catch their breath. For a brief moment, they can walk around and take it all in, before heading into the most intense part of their journey, the narrow connection between Knots 2 and Lost Johns, some of the most challenging cave systems in the region.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Alright, I said I flipping wanted this, and I'm getting it. This is f***ing hard work, and it's kind of scary. Like, I'm not gonna deny, this is, I'm getting claustrophobic, 100%. Rock above me, rock below me, rock the sides. I'm definitely feeling like the pressure on this. It's kind of a weird feeling, I think, because this is like so different to anything I'm used to, and it really isn't me. It's like there's no escape, I'm just like surrounded by stuff. There is like this sense of like something, just like closeness.
They move carefully through a passage so tight there are only millimeters between their bodies and the solid rock walls pressing in on all sides. One wrong move here could be fatal. There's no turning around, no shifting your arms forward or back. Once they're in position, they're staying there for the rest of the crawl. But then, just as a small opening appears ahead, a sign that the rest of the journey is finally within reach, Alex stops. He's got bad news.
The bad news is there's about 2 or 3 vertical squeezes to go up.
I mean, I don't know, I think that's genius for me. I'm really psyched for it. Like, as I said, I'm coming in and out of like the claustrophobia, but I'm holding it all together, so.
Unaware of just how brutal vertical squeezes can be, even for experienced cavers, Robbie pushes on, unaware that he's about to face the single hardest challenge of his life.
So this is squeeze number 2. It's like, oh my god, this is just like in Yosemite. Oh, when I did Astro, man. Flipping out.
Completely unable to do anything but force himself deeper and deeper into the cave, until finally...
So we've finally made it out, the desperate squeeze, the crux of the whole thing.
The two finally made it out, barely but safely, emerging into the Lost Johns caverns. It's a place that feels almost otherworldly, where timeless beauty lies hidden from 99% of the world. Only those brave enough to crawl through inch-wide gaps in the earth ever get to see it, knowing full well that one wrong move could make them just another lifeless body in the dark. Only a rare few ever dare to go that far. And that's all for tonight's video. If these 6 cases prove anything about caving, it's that there's no room for mistakes. no time for fear, and no guarantee you'll make it back out. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the cards on screen for more real horror footage caught on camera. And as always, stay safe out there, because once the light fades, you're on your own.